we just have faces only a mother can love, both of us. We're on YouTube. We're going to be going on Facebook. Facebook allows it. Should be going live on Facebook. Streaming starting. Count me down. I'm good. 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 Ladies and gentlemen, sirens warning the market just topped out officially. We're going to go through all that and more. I am Mark Melnick, and this is the Newsbeat Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Newsbeat Show. I just was aware that there's some problem streaming the music from the introduction onto our screen, but don't worry, we will we will address that. Unfortunately, Diana. But okay, so warning: the market topped out officially. The market is topping out officially right now. We just want to go over again the type of news that is coming out and it's kind of funny when people start, um, discussing politics. Like we keep our room as politic free as humanly possible, unless it's something that moves the market. In which case, right now there is something that's moving the market. Um, Again, all we are here to do is be a band of traders who make money off the information provided in front of us. I think we can all agree that that is always the environment. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have a tweet coming out here from the president discussing China. And what it's basically saying on China right now is for 10 months, China has been paying tariffs to the USA of 25% on $50 billion of high tech and 10% on $200 billion of other goods. These payments are partially responsible for great economic results. 10% will go up and 25% on Friday. So basically, what the president did is he did, I would say, about he's raising the 10% to 25%. That is exactly what's happening right now. So, again, China, without a doubt, 100% sure is going to increase tariffs on our goods coming into them. And it's just going to be an ultimate, question of if this is going to get resolved. A lot of people look at the market, and the most common smart answer, other than I have no idea, when asking people like here's a week I just want to show you a week of the spiders. Again, we've never seen a rally like this, and it officially topped out as of Friday. I mean, we hit all-time highs last week. It'll be interesting to see how close it is before we pull back. I mean, a pullback like this, I mean, we should be going well into the mid 280s, I would say. We closed at 294.03. But what we're actually seeing right now is from a lot of the professionals that I know and a lot of the professional people in the industry that I speak of, they feel that the tariffs are going to be implemented against the US and China, and that's going to definitely not cool off what was, without a doubt, a heated situation on the trade side, to say the least. Nonetheless, there's increased tensions in the South China Sea, and my response to what was happening was I think that was one of the reasons for the tariff increases was the larger military presence in the South China Sea. So with that being said, the market you're going to be walking into probably the biggest gap down this year. probably the biggest gap down this year. Just to take a look at the futures right now, as I speak, the Dow Jones minis are down 353 points. S&P minis down almost 40. They were down 15 points lower before. They were down 54 at one point. Nasdaq 100 down 123. Those are the Nasdaq minis, the Nasdaq futures, and they were at one point almost 45 points lower earlier. So again, where this is experiencing a nice bounce in the market. I am telling you right now, I mean, short of something miraculous happening, and again, miracles can always happen, right? But short of something miraculous happening, usually with news like this, we should restart retracing towards the 21 moving average on the weekly, which currently you could see is right over here, 280.17. And granted, as long as the spiders are above 280.17, that line will slightly go higher every day. But you're walking into a massive gap down tomorrow, and I think that is just short of inevitable that you'll be walking into this massive gap down because a lot of traders are associating this massive rally to finally having good relations with China. And good relations with China will open up US products. Let's just keep it real with the Chinese population. Um, China population in 2017, 1.386 billion. I know India was closing in on them. I'm not sure if they made it, but nonetheless, China, 1.386 billion. And again, that's enough people where if we have products that they like, I mean, we can really take a dominant foothold on a major portion of the world population. I mean, you talk about China, I mean, you're pretty much dealing with 1 out of 5 people on the planet are in China, a country, right now. It's kind of insane to even think about that, especially as the population grows. It could, it's between 1 out of 5 and 1 out of 6, but it's insane to think that so much of the world is in one country. So with these trade deals potentially souring at this point, and I'll give my opinion on it too. I think it's posturing for a better deal. I don't think it really helps the US and China because if you actually look at what's been happening recently with the Chinese dollar is as this goes up, China is hurting more. China was doing best over here. This is when China was doing best. And then it turned around and their currency exploded through the roof. This is bad. This number you see here, just for context, for people who don't follow, currency exchanges, that's 6.78454. That sort of stuff right there, that number right there, the higher the number, that's how many yuan, the Chinese dollars, for US dollars. So the higher the number, the more dollars they have to pay for a US dollar. And given the fact of the trade differentials in between them right now, the less trade we do is going to destroy the Chinese economy because so much of it, as much as they would not like it to be true, is based on the US dollar and the quote unquote infinite amounts of US debt they're holding. So, what am I saying in English? This is absolutely destructive to their economy. And it's going to be a situation, and I think you can even prove this in so many ways because by looking at this, you're also looking at the US dollar as well. I mean, this is just a comparison between the US dollar and the Chinese dollar. And the number on the right hand side is the number of Chinese dollars per US dollars that a bank rate will show. So, with that all being said, what is what is slightly bad for the United States is devastating for China. And that's how this trade war has been panning out since the beginning. People were buying up the US markets here, thinking we were going to have some major resolution and something major positive happen. I'll tell you, even inevitably with the huge gap down coming in tomorrow, I still think that's going to end up being true. But if you like to buy stocks or if you like to short stocks, a down market benefits everyone. Most traders, believe it or not, will make more money going long in a down market than short. Unless it's like 2008, and that's just like the one exception for, a very silly down move and, just 2008 was insane just to show you real quick. I mean, maybe with the exception of that, maybe with the exception of this move in the Qs when it went from 47.08 to 25.05 in 2 months. I mean, maybe with the exception of down moves like that, for the majority of down moves, they're met as buying opportunities because these stocks are going to go up and down. So now is really a perfect time to really start understanding where certain levels are, see how much of this down move wants to persist, see how much we can recover off this down move inevitably coming in tomorrow morning, and see if it's going to hold up or not. I'm telling you right now, this every dip in this market has eventually been bought. But the real question is how many of these red bars are we going to get? How many of these red bars are the triple Qs, going to put in here before we bounce? And in my opinion, I don't see any reason why the Qs shouldn't be back down to like the 185, 184 range. We closed at 190, 111. I don't see any reason with stuff like this out why the spiders can't retest the 21 and break down. We haven't tested the 50 moving average in a while on the spiders. It's currently at 284.77, 9 points lower. I see that as a very logical target in the spiders. And you're also going to notice the algorithmic levels I gave you were adjusted for tonight's event. I sometimes adjust the levels for tonight's event, and it just means using different support lines or lower support lines. That's what I mean by adjust. So I'm still using the algorithmic lines that I'm going to share with you. And on that note, might as well share them with you right now. These are tomorrow's levels today. These levels don't always hit. In fact, they usually don't. But when they do, they tend to give me minimally a good scalp opportunity by buying when support breaks and gives me personally good shorting opportunity when resistance breaks through stock or puts. So with that being said, we have to also keep in mind that there are companies reporting. So there are going to be companies that don't know what to do here because they're going to be selling off with the market and then they're going to be reporting and Wall Street's going to turn around and look at it as a buying opportunity. So for this week or especially tomorrow, companies that beat the market are going to be in a very precarious situation because a lot of them are going to gap. Like, so for example, Tyson, I know there was a Tyson recall on some of their chicken strips or whatever from like, and they gave like expiration dates. It was like October 2019 to something in 2020. And it's like, if you own a Tyson chicken product, throw it out or return it. And I'm like, oh, okay, that sounds pretty dangerous. But yeah, companies like that are reporting Monday morning. Point I'm getting at, Tyson is reporting on Monday morning. We also have other companies like AMG is reporting. Just to look to see who's reporting after the close tomorrow. You have AIG, companies like that. Um, BHC is reporting tomorrow morning. So you are GWPH and Guess and Hertz tomorrow after hours. KLA 10 core. I mean, you are running into some interesting names that are actually reporting. You do have a large number of names that are reporting. So we're going to be able to exercise our new methodology. Now, I know a lot of you wanted to with our new methodology and whatnot. Right now, this methodology, as we're using it in the Newsbeat live room, and if you want access to that, I mean, definitely join the room, even if just for that strategy. We're 3 for 3 in it. We tried it 3 times in this earnings seasons, mainly on earnings names, and we've had very positive results. Again, just the last trade we did, just showing you. Let's see if that's it. Yeah, showing you the letter X right over here, and we are pretty much buying it right there as it bottomed out and just caught this big move up and just really fabulous trades that present just phenomenal opportunity. And with that being said, I think it'll be very interesting to see which stocks actually want to hold up on this sell-off, like who or what kind of names people are quick to sell off in an environment like this. I will say anything negative for China is negative for Tesla. And I know I've been sitting here bashing Tesla for, a few months already, and people are like, Mark, what do you have against Tesla? And as you guys know, it's absolutely nothing. I like the CEO. I think he does stupid things. I think he promises things he can't deliver on. I think he comes from a good place. But I mean, this company, uh, again, this company hemorrhages money, and the only way they stay up is by actually The only way they actually stay up is by borrowing money. So if you're telling me there's an issue with the US and China, Tesla cars in China, that's a very big market. And if Tesla were to come in, they would dominate the entire, electric car market in China. If Tesla were to come in, they would just dominate everyone. It would be a status symbol in China. Same thing as I was saying with the iPhone. So this to me definitely takes away a lot of prospects for Tesla, at least in the short term. You have to think that this news would be negative for a Tesla. So it'll be very interesting to see what that one does tomorrow. Stock had a very big move Friday. See what happens. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we had a very interesting Newsbeat Live Evolutionary Gathering. You should definitely check that out as well. It's a bit long, but it goes over traders' problems and how to solve them. Trader problems such as how to have the right mindset of trading in the morning, how to trade after your first trading loser and not double up and average down and do silly things, how to hold on to your profits, how to weather a losing streak and break it, risk management, the addictiveness in trading, and more and more and more. I mean, these are just some of the topics we go over. It was our 25th anniversary of the Newsbeat Live Evolutionary Gathering. So, from the bottom of my heart, I did want to thank you for making Newsbeat Live Room T3's number one largest, fastest growing trading room. I hope you guys enjoyed the Newsbeat show. Brace yourself for tomorrow. Happy trading, make money, and I will see you guys tomorrow on the Newsbeat Live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful evening.